All right, jumping right into the action. Our boy and his crew are in deep, facing off against some seriously tough opponents. And look at this dude, spending a fortune on his mystic cloud-shaking Thunder Beast. He really thinks it's his ace in the hole. Little does he know what's coming. The battle is raging, and things are looking grim. One of their guys is getting absolutely pummeled, and the beast's owner is going berserk, unleashing his ultimate move. But wait, who's that? A little red-haired girl charges in, sword blazing. The cavalry is here. Meanwhile, on another front, it's a clash of pure power. Golden energy beams light up the sky. But look at this. Our boy's side counters with this massive red lotus that just straight up devours the attack. You love to see it. And just like that, the big bad is down for the count, screaming, "How did you even beat me?" He's in total disbelief. And our boy, look at him, not a care in the world, just chilling with his new fluffy friend, telling it to roll over. The disrespect is legendary. The other guy tries to make a run for it, but our boy Li Yun Xiao isn't having any of it. He unleashes his Lotus Sword Song, and it's an absolute spectacle. Look at this dude, already begging for his uncle to save him. Pathetic. And this is the effect our boy has on people. This dude was just a 7-star martial master a month ago. After just 1 month with RMC, he's already broken through to a 3-star martial lord. That's some insane leveling speed right there. And you think he's done showing off? Nope. He immediately tames a freaking 5th-tier beast and makes friends with it like it's a puppy. The guy next to him is completely losing his mind. His face just screams. He took care of it already? Now, with their new beast buddy as a ride, getting through the mountains is a piece of cake. They're just plowing through the forest like a monster truck. Talk about traveling in style. Of course, trouble was bound to find them. These two new antagonists show up, looking all smug and confident. The girl is wondering how they managed to tame Brother Sue's little lion. Oh honey, you have no idea who you're messing with. And these guys are not just arrogant. They're straight up evil, calling everyone trash and plotting to capture the beast to drink its blood for power. They immediately jump into action, and the woman even busts out a technique called the 10,000-year water ring. They seem pretty capable. Gotta admit, the purple-haired girl is strong, managing to trap the massive thunder beast with a single move. Her partner is already gloating. Once a mutt, always a mutt. Buddy, you're celebrating way too early. Speak of the devil. The green-haired dude goes full demonification mode, ready to wreak havoc. He's yelling at them to worry about their own lives, but internally he's sweating about taking on 2 martial kings at once. He's just putting on a brave face, and he knows it. Seeing the situation get serious, our side has to pull out the trump cards. To fight 2 martial kings, our boy gives his buddy Ji Ming a strengthened origin blasting pill. It's at a nasty drawback, but they're going all in. Unseal, Peach Blossom's sword intent. It's getting serious now, and that pill is no joke. Ji Ming's power level skyrockets, and he starts landing devastating blows, sending blood flying. The enemy girl is completely shook, wondering, what kind of pill is that? The shock is real, but the power-up isn't enough. The green monster skin is way too tough. He just laughs off the attack like it's an itch and even seems to be getting bigger. Our boy yells for Ji Ming to dodge, but it's too late. This is not looking good. Now the green monster is on the offensive, mocking them for relying on pills, saying they'll never be true martial emperors. He starts charging up a massive energy ball, and the pressure is intense. He unleashes Earth Devouring, and the sheer destructive power is insane. The whole area erupts, and the ground cracks apart. All our boy's companion can do is watch in shock. Okay, a direct confrontation is a bad idea. The power gap is just too big. Our boy makes the smart call. Tactical retreat. They can't win this one, but as he says, we got enough intel this time. A strategic loss is still a win. Trying to escape? Not on his watch. The green giant is hot on their trail, roaring that they can't escape and blasting them from behind. They're literally caught between a rock and a hard place now. Our boy's buddy is getting desperate, begging for another power-up even if it kills him. Of course, our MC isn't about to let his friend suicide charge. He takes matters into his own hands, swiftly taking him down to prevent him from doing something stupid. Here it is, one of our boy's signature moves, Golden Needle Acupuncture. It's an extremely dangerous way to force a breakthrough, but it works. His friend breaks through to the 5 elements realm. The monster is just stunned, calling it evil ways. With this new power, it's a whole different ballgame. He clashes with the Crimson Toad demonic technique, using his own Lotus Sword Song, and the result is a massive explosion. The monster is in complete disbelief. How did you block the attack I put my full power into? The tables have turned, and he's not done yet. With a cold smirk, our boy's friend is ready to show him who the real bastards. He unleashes his ultimate formation, a giant pink lotus that fills the screen. The counterattack is here. Under that immense power, the enemy's weapon just shatters. Look at the pure shock on his face. He can't believe his agile serpent couldn't withstand the blow. It's over for him. Even with his weapon broken, the green dude is still talking trash. Kakik, now you can die, he says. Bad move. Our side immediately powers up, unleashing a torrent of pink energy. He's about to eat those words. He unleashes cherry blossoms, bloom, and the beautiful petals turn into deadly blades, completely overwhelming the monster's crimson toad true body. Meanwhile, the purple-haired girl catches a weapon tossed to her. Looks like they're coordinating an attack. But plot twist. The sword is the legendary benumbing frost sword. The purple-haired girl instantly recognizes it and demands to know why our boy has her brother Yi's sword. And our boy, cool as a cucumber, just shrugs. It's mine. Got a problem. The audacity. Oh, she is pissed. She starts threatening him, but our boy just roasts her, saying her fake eyelashes are about to fall off. The two of them are just trading insults now, a total psychological battle before the real fight. Turns out, our boy was just stalling for time. He knows his buddy Ji-Ming is literally burning his life away for this power boost. And right on cue, Ji-Ming goes all out, letting out a furious roar as he unleashes his full power for the finishing blow. The battle is reaching its climax as our boy's ally slams the purple-haired girl with a giant water beast. At the same time, he leaps into the air, his blue glowing sword ready to strike down the massive green monster. Realizing they're losing, the villains make a run for it. Let's retreat and report to Uncle, they shout. They know they're outmatched and decide to cut their losses and come back for revenge later. Smart but cowardly. Just as they're about to escape, a massive energy vortex erupts from the ground. Mysterious runes light up the area, and the earth itself cracks under the immense power. Someone just triggered something huge. Whoa, what a plot twist. Turns out the green monster and the purple-haired girl are on the same side. She suddenly asks him, "Brother, do you love me?" And when he says yes, her eyes turn ice cold. "Since you do," she says as a massive golden light explodes. What is she planning? Then you can die for me. She kicks her own partner, using him as a human shield to escape the blast. This woman is absolutely ruthless, betraying her own teammate just to save herself. While the betrayed green robe guy is still trying to recover, he gets blasted by golden light and sent flying. And the attacker is none other than the pink-haired girl from before. Looks like she didn't manage to get away after all. And the purple-haired woman has completely lost it. She's sitting on the dying toad monster, savagely mocking him for turning into a massive toad. Her words are dripping with a twisted mix of love and pure hatred. This is some dark stuff. She goes from reminiscing about how he used to be the best in her heart to absolutely screaming at him for trading his humanity for damn toad powers. The emotional whiplash is insane. She's completely breaking down. So that's the story. She was ridiculed because her husband became a monster, and her love turned to hate. All she wanted was to end his misery. And this toad monster was our protagonist, Gu Feiyong, in his past life. His final laughter is one of relief, setting the stage for his epic revenge story after rebirth. Cutting back to the present, the purple-haired woman tries to flee, but our boy's allies are in hot pursuit. Suddenly, a giant flame beast intercepts them, and the white robe guy knocks out his own teammate to stop the chase. What's his game plan? Meanwhile, in a vast valley, a massive, ancient rune formation is being activated. Looks like this crew has been working on it for a month, and they only need 6 more hours. Whatever this is, it's going to be huge. They're trying to decipher an ancient seal, but it's taking forever, and the old man is losing his patience. But just as he's complaining, someone runs up in a panic. Something bad has happened. Brother Lee and Brother Su have been killed. The news sends shockwaves through the group. A magical fire formation even displays the character for death. The atmosphere is instantly chilling. The blue-haired guy looks furious. Who would dare attack them here? And the most unbelievable part? The girl reports that the killers were just a martial lord and a martial warrior. 2 martial kings taken down by such low-level opponents? It sounds absolutely insane, and the old man refuses to believe it. But the facts are the facts. They start analyzing how it could have happened. This martial warrior not only tamed a 5th-tier beast that already had a master, but also used a mysterious technique to boost a martial lord's power by an entire realm. Even the mysterious monocle-wearing guy finds it utterly inconceivable. The pink-haired girl is still trying to act tough, claiming they wouldn't dare follow them up the mountain. Famous last words. Someone immediately whispers, "He's already here." The blue-haired guy is completely stunned. Where did the 100 Battles country get such a powerful expert? And there he is. Our boy, Li Yanxiao, shows up all by himself. Facing the old man's threats, he just smiles and activates the blazing phoenix formation. The aura is immense. Uncle, that's him. You bet it is. The psychological warfare is on point. They told him to come out, so he did, and now he's calling them out on their threat. You're gonna eat your words? He asks, completely unfazed. He's got them all flustered with just a few sentences. Masterful. Meanwhile, there's trouble in paradise for the enemy team. The hooded guy, Hu Yinming, is acting all high and mighty, getting into a shouting match with the old man and even threatening to skin him alive. Talk about internal conflict. Our boy takes one look at the ancient formation and immediately recognizes it, which leaves the eye patch guy completely stunned. How could a second-tier refiner possibly know about an ancient formation? Our boy just casually mentions seeing it in a library. The talent is just off the charts. Being a 9-star martial warrior and a second-tier refiner makes our boy a massive threat, and some of them want him dead. But the hooded Hu Yinming sees his incredible talent and is actually thinking of taking him on as a disciple. And he's dead serious about it. Hu Yinming, a 4th-tier refiner, publicly offers to make our boy his disciple. Everyone is absolutely floored. The collective jaw drop is real. This is a massive opportunity. But does our boy accept? No. He looks him dead in the eye and says, a mere 4th-tier trash refiner wants to take me as his disciple. The entire crowd is frozen. The sheer audacity. He just rejected a massive opportunity by calling the guy trash. Legendary. With that one sentence, our boy shatters everyone's expectations. Hu Yinming is publicly humiliated and furious, but he forces himself to calm down, telling our boy to go think about it. For now, deciphering the formation is the top priority. While Hu Yinming's technique for breaking the formation seems clumsy, our boy can tell he's on the right track. And just then, because the formation is so old and worn down, the treasure inside reveals itself, a red scroll engulfed in flames. The moment the formation opens, a massive fire phoenix emerges. The sheer force of its energy sends everyone flying back. The spectacle, the power. This is clearly a divine-level treasure being unearthed. The phoenix circles in the sky before transforming into a colossal pillar of fire and purple energy that comes crashing down on them. The old man's face turns pale with terror. This is bad. It's coming towards us. The pressure radiating from the phoenix is so immense that even the martial kings can't withstand it, forced to their knees as the ground cracks beneath them. Everyone is completely stunned by this overwhelming power. In the next instant, they're all pulled into a mysterious dimension. Hu Yiming quickly realizes they're inside the remnant of the phoenix's consciousness. It must have brought them here for a reason. Even our boy is shocked. In his past life, he was a 9th-tier refiner, yet this phoenix's consciousness realm is far beyond anything he's ever achieved. And what's more, the spiritual energy here is 10 times denser than normal. Have they been transported to ancient times? They quickly discover the real treasure, the true soul phoenix. It's not an illusion, but a physical being made of pure, true yuan fire. This is a legendary, god-tier existence, and everyone is absolutely freaking out. Faced with a divine treasure, everyone's greed comes to the surface. The old man, being the strongest, want a bigger share. Meanwhile, Hu Yinming suggests they figure out how to distribute the flames before they start fighting amongst themselves. The old man has the nerve to claim he did the most work breaking the formation and demands 2 shares. The others immediately call him out on his greed, pointing out that he barely did anything and just watched from the sidelines. Just as the argument heats up, Hu Yinming steps forward. I don't mind you having 2, he says to the old man, but I want 2 as well. Then he looks at the other 2 martial kings and declares, both of you can face me at once. Oh damn, he's challenging 2 of them at the same time. What a power move. The 2 martial kings think he's lost his mind. A martial lord challenging 2 martial kings? Hu Yinming doesn't waste time talking. He makes the first move, unleashing a massive burst of flame energy to show them he means business. Hu Yinming starts laughing maniacally, reminding them that this isn't the real world. It's the phoenix's consciousness. Here, cultivation level doesn't matter as much as soul power. And as a refiner, his mental strength is supreme. In this space, he declares he is the strongest. And to prove his point, he unleashes his immense soul power as a physical shockwave that blasts everyone. This is the true power of a refiner. In the realm of the mind, they are the absolute kings. And just like that, The entire consciousness realm is thrown into chaos. Hu Yiming's soul blast was just the appetizer. Look at these guys getting absolutely wrecked. They can't even believe the power they're facing. The fear is real. But while everyone's panicking, our boy Yun Xiao sees an opportunity. The monocle-wearing refiner is freaking out, warning him that this ancient realm is fragile and could collapse, killing them all. But does Yun Xiao listen? Nope. He walks right up to this other dude, a quick slash and casually asks, "So am I qualified to take 2 shares now?" Cold-blooded. The other two are completely terrified, realizing they're way out of their league. Meanwhile, Monocle Man gets suspicious. "There's no way a normal master could train someone like you," he says. Our boy just gives him this smug smirk, basically telling him to mind his own business. And right on cue, with perfect timing, he announces, "Ha! The Phoenix is here. Look who just showed up to the party." The moment the Phoenix's true fire appears, everyone loses their minds. This purple-haired dude starts yelling, "Brat, what are you doing?" And our boy Yun Xiao, cool as a cucumber, replies, "What am I doing? Obviously, I'm collecting the true fire." Look at his confidence. The bystanders are shook. That's RMC for you. Oh, that really ticks off the old man. Collecting the true fire? You're courting death, he screams, unleashing a massive energy ball attack. A huge explosion rocks the area. But honestly, an attack like this is just child's play for our boy. The old man is still reeling in shock when Yun Xiao's counterattack hits him square in the face. A powerful energy vortex sends him flying, screaming in agony. It's a total beatdown. This isn't even a fight. It's a one-sided domination. Monocle Man completely loses his cool. He can't believe Yun Xiao can also manipulate the power of this realm. "I'm a tier 4 refiner. How can a tier 2 like you compare to me?" he shrieks. Our boy just gives him a cold smile. "Since you're so eager to die, I'll grant your wish." Then he unleashes hell. Myriad thunders blast him to bits. And with a massive BM, the lightning completely engulfs his opponent. Look at Yun Xiao, standing in the eye of the storm, declaring, "I am present here." Who gave you permission to rage a thunderstorm? Even the lightning avoids him. Talk about main character privilege. The dude is left coughing on the ground, utterly defeated. Everyone else is just stunned. "How is this possible? Who the hell are you?" they stammer. Meanwhile, Yun Xiao is just soaking all in. "I'm brimming with power. I haven't felt this sensation for so long," he thinks to himself. Seeing that things are going south, the others decide to gang up on him. Everyone attack at once. There's something weird about this brat. All right, so they're not holding back. They're throwing everything they've got at him. Divine Thunder, Jade Flames, Frost Chi, Rainstorm Claws. It's a full-blown light show of ultimate attacks. They're really trying to jump our boy. But quantity means nothing in the face of absolute quality. Facing the onslaught, Yun Xiao just smirks and summons an old friend. The transcendent Xian weapon, the Constellation Impaling Sword. "It's been a while, my good friend," he says. Finally, in this realm of consciousness, he can wield his legendary weapon again. The joy of reunion fuels his fighting spirit. With the Constellation Impaling Sword in hand, our boy unleashes his signature move, Worldly Contempt. It's a slash so powerful it feels like it could tear the world apart. The sword energy manifests as a massive golden dragon, roaring as it crashes into his enemies. One moment they were all aggressive, and the next they're sent flying, screaming in defeat. A complete party wipe with a single move. After the dust settles, our boy stands victorious. A little tired, but his gaze is as sharp as ever. But the trouble isn't over. The battle was so intense that this fragile realm is starting to collapse. A giant fire beast is rampaging as the world crumbles around them. Yun Xiao now faces a new challenge. Can he subdue the true fire amidst all this chaos? Just as Yun Xiao tries to tame the fire, the treasure itself fights back. An overwhelming blast of flame energy erupts, engulfing him and burning his opponent to a crisp. Looks like this Phoenix true fire isn't going down without a fight. In a chapter, big shout out to all our patrons for the support. And hey, we're recruiting paid translators and volunteers, so if you're interested, come join the team. Hope you enjoyed the chappy. Meanwhile, Hu Yanming, the refiner who got caught in the blast, is screaming in despair. "Am I really going to die here? No way. I'm a martial king." His body is being completely incinerated. The only silver lining is that the true fire can't burn his soul, but still, his body is done for. However, this power is completely out of control, a massive energy storm sweeping through everything. Our boy gets tossed around like a rag doll, screaming internally, "F*** me. I can't even hide from this." Yun Xiao is also pushed to the brink. He barely got a second chance at life. Is it all going to end here, body and soul destroyed? He refuses to accept it. But right at this critical moment, a strange light flashes in his eyes. Is that the plot armor kicking in? Suddenly, his consciousness is pulled into a familiar place, the Tiandang Mountains, the very spot where he died in his past life. He realizes this must be the phoenix's memories from before its death. Well, if that's the case, he might as well check out what really went down back then. In the phoenix's memory, he sees a colossal, ancient monster roaring out from a deep abyss. He immediately recognizes it. This is the exact same creature he saw in the ancient cave paintings up in these mountains. According to the records on those paintings, the monster is called a black flame vicious spirit, an incredibly powerful being. The memory flashes to an earth-shattering battle, where the sheer force of their attacks is enough to tear the world apart. The scale of this fight is beyond anything Yun Xiao has ever comprehended. The energy clashes are so immense that space itself begins to crack and shatter. Our boy is completely floored by what he's seeing. In his past life, he stood at the pinnacle of the continent as a martial emperor, but compared to these beings who can shatter the void with a single attack, he realizes he was like dirt to them. He can't help but wonder what kind of monster this black flame spirit is to be able to go toe-to-toe with a true soul phoenix. And why hasn't it been recorded in any historical archives? Just like that, the two powerful beings in the sky began their epic showdown. The battle raged on for 7 days and 7 nights straight. The entire Tiandang mountain range was devastated, with spatial rifts tearing through the landscape. The scene was one of utter devastation. Finally, after one last deafening roar, a massive energy blast completely tears the sky asunder. The fabric of space unravels as a cataclysmic attack descends from the heavens. In this earth-shattering battle, the Phoenix was ultimately defeated. Transforming into a streak of blue light, it fell from the shattered sky. After witnessing the fall of the Phoenix, Yun Xiao's consciousness returns to the void. He's confused. Legends say a phoenix can revive itself through nirvana. So why did this one fall? And more importantly, he has no body or soul right now. So how does he still have a consciousness? As he's pondering this, an immense power envelopes him. To his horror, he realizes it's the phoenix's primal life, true fire. And what's more, he's still inside the monument of the world god. The power of the phoenix's fire erupts from within him, instantly vaporizing the enemy he was fighting earlier. After enduring this massive influx of energy, Yun Xiao himself begins to undergo an incredible transformation. Not only has his soul been reconstructed, but his power has skyrocketed, making him a third-tier refiner. And the soul power it provides feels endless. Feeling more powerful than ever, he decides it's time to return to the physical world. Back in reality, Yun Xiao is ecstatic to find that his body has been reconstructed too. Even better, his cultivation level jumped 3 stars, making him a 3-star martial master. He finally understands. The Phoenix's fire wasn't meant to kill him. It was to help him undergo nirvana and be reborn. Talk about a massive level up. End of chapter. Thanks again for all the support, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're also recruiting, so check out the links if you're interested. The Phoenix's true fire has now completely merged with Yun Xiao's soul, and he's not sure if it's a blessing or a curse, yet since the power is hard to control. But the good news is, as long as he's in this area, the fire will protect his soul from any harm. After a dizzying transition, Yun Xiao's consciousness finally returns to his body. Looking up at the familiar night sky, he realizes, it seems that I've returned to reality. Meanwhile, the old man he injured earlier is trying to sneak away. Yun Xiao just scoffs. You're trying to hurt me while being so severely injured? Pathetic. The old man turns around and is instantly petrified with fear, screaming, You become a 3-star martial master? The old man can't believe his eyes. Yun Xiao doesn't waste time talking and raises his sword. If you don't believe me, come and try. Terrified, the old man flees while shouting threats. You just wait. The heavenly palace will hunt you down. Little does he know, his own people are already closing in on him. With the trouble dealt with, Yun Xiao's companions finally arrive. They're overjoyed to see him safe. Looking at their battered state, our boy teases them. You guys were barely able to make out alive today, huh? Everyone's still shaken from the close call, but they're about to get an even bigger shock. When they ask about Yun Xiao's cultivation level, their jaws drop. A martial master? A 3-star martial master. The gap between a martial warrior and a martial master is a whole major realm. He crossed 3 levels in a major realm in just half a month. That's an insane cultivation speed. They're all left speechless by Yun Xiao's monstrous talent. The red-haired girl is now convinced he must be the disciple of that master. Who else could produce such a prodigy? Meanwhile, under Chun Dashing's command, the army crushes the 100 Battles country's forces and returns in triumph. As the army returns to the city gates, Yin Xiao comes face to face with his father in this life, General Li Chongfeng. Although he's accepted his new identity, having to call a stranger father still feels awkward. Turns out his new dad has a short fuse, yelling right away, "You brat. How could you not say a word when meeting your father?" But then, the very next second, his dad switches to doting mode, fussing over Yin Xiao, asking if he's hurt or hungry. Our boy's face is pure, "I want to die." A green-robed guy nearby can't stand it and threatens to discipline the son for him, only to get his hair pulled by Yun Xiao in retaliation. This father-son duo is just a comedy act. Turns out these guys are just acting, trying to get a rise out of Li Chongfeng. They're all jealous that he has such a genius son while their own kids are useless. Little do they know, Li Chongfeng is just as clueless. When they reveal that Yun Xiao is now a 3-star martial master, his dad is left completely stunned. Li Chongfeng's mind is blown. Wasn't his son born with blocked meridians, completely unable to cultivate? When did he become a 3-star martial master? His entire worldview is shattered. Faced with his father's shocked expression, Yun Xiao just calmly confirms it. This dad's reaction is so over the top. First, he's moved to tears, creating this heartwarming scene. The next second, he gets sent flying by a punch from Yun Xiao, yelling, "You tricked me so painfully." Our boy is just left with a giant question mark over his head. Is his dad a professional actor or what? After resting for 3 days, the army returned to the capital. Li Chongfeng used the excuse of being unwell to dump his duties on his subordinates and head back early. The first thing Yin Xiao does when he gets back is check on Ji Ming. His life is safe for now, but he's not out of the woods. But for our boy, it's no big deal. As long as he's not dead, he can save him. A month later, the army's triumphant return shakes the entire imperial court. But everyone knows this victory signals something else. The decisive moment in the struggle for the crown prince position has finally come. Elsewhere, a man in a red robe is fuming at the news, but the blue-haired man behind him says he has some great news. This mysterious figure is part of the second prince's faction that was defeated earlier. He leaves a chilling threat. "Qin Yu, Li Yin Xiao, Xiao Qing Wang, I'll be waiting for you. Let's see how you fall from that high horse." It seems the final act of the power struggle is about to begin. The army returns to the capital. By tradition, the emperor himself should lead the officials to welcome them. But this time, the emperor is a no-show. Instead, it's the second prince, Qin Yu. A prince privately welcoming military officials is a huge political taboo. He's clearly making a move. The officials are all whispering amongst themselves. It's time to pick a side. It's risky, but anyone with eyes can see that Prince Yu has the best shot at the throne. Just then, Prince Yu steps forward and announces that since his father is unwell, he will be leading the ceremony. The ambition is written all over his face. At his command, his followers all kneel and shout in unison, "All hail Prince Yu." The display is so grand and imposing, you'd think he was already being coronated. From a distance, a mysterious old man watches everything unfold, murmuring, "Has it finally begun?" Meanwhile, Prince Yu is already sitting on the throne. An advisor cautions him, but he pays no mind, even ordering his men to note down all the officials who didn't show up today. He's already planning his purge. Prince Yu smugly declares they will wait here for a historic moment. His brother, standing beside him, mentally roasts him. "What historic moment is important enough to make my brother turn into an excited monkey?" These two brothers couldn't be more different. But just then, a loud announcement cuts through the air. His Majesty has arrived. The real king, his father Qin Zheng, makes a grand entrance with his retinue. The look on Prince Yu's face is priceless. He clearly did not expect his father to show up. But hold on, Prince Yu's grandstanding is cut short because the real king, his father Qin Zheng, has arrived. You can feel the tension in the air. The emperor looks down at his ambitious son, and with a voice that commands respect, he's basically like, "Did you really think I wouldn't show up?" The look on Prince Yu's face says it all. He's been caught. The emperor is the emperor, after all. He completely takes control of the situation. With a wave of his hand, he declares, "Start the welcoming ceremony." The horns sound, the drums beat, and the atmosphere immediately turns solemn and grand. During the ceremony, Chun Dasheng tells Yin Xiao that with his contributions, Prince Yu will at least grant him the title of duke. But our boy reveals that once the prince is crowned, he'll be leaving the Tianshui kingdom. This catches Chun Dasheng completely off guard. Why would he leave? While Chun Dasheng is passionately talking about the future, the two beside him, Qin Ruxiue and Lan Su, are lost in their own thoughts. Rushua wonders if that master will be leaving Tianxue as well. Meanwhile, Lan Su makes up his mind. Wherever Li Yunxiao goes, he will follow. That way, he won't be far from the master. Just then, Chun Dashing suddenly yells stop as a beam of light descends from the sky, striking the city gate. Looks like someone's here to crash the party. The newcomer is none other than the emperor himself. He stands on the high platform and announces that today is not just a day to celebrate victory, but also a day to decide the future. He is going to announce the heir to the throne, right here and now. Prince Yu panics. He's afraid his father will announce Qin Yang as the heir. So he steps forward, declaring that before the announcement, he wants to ask his father 3 questions. Drawing his sword, Prince Yu bellows his first question. Father, I ask you, is the blade in my hand sharp? And the soldiers below roar back in unison. It's sharp. The sheer force of it feels like he's trying to force the emperor's hand. He follows up with his next questions. My army, is it mighty? And finally, do I, Prince Yu, your son, qualify to rule over the lands of Tianxue? He's not asking anymore. He's flexing his power, making a blatant declaration of his ambition. The battle for the throne is reaching its climax. End of chapter. The plot is really heating up. Thanks to everyone for the support and donations. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. With Prince Yu's blatant power play, the tension is cranked up to the max. He raises his sword high, demanding to know if he's qualified to rule. The army below roars in agreement, acting as if the kingdom is already his. Following his lead, his loyalists start to chant, please abdicate, your throne, your majesty. The entire army joins in, their voices shaking the very heavens. This isn't a suggestion anymore. This is a full-blown coup. The first prince, Qin Yang, finally snaps, yelling, Qin Yu, are you trying to start a revolution? But Prince Yu shamelessly declares that as the most outstanding son, it's his duty to take over. He then unleashes his killing intent, asking, who dares to not believe me? Just then, a single word echoes from the sky. Me. 2 figures descend, completely interrupting Prince Yu's moment of glory. It's the 2 hidden pillars of the Tianxue kingdom, Lord Zhang Qingfan and Lord Su Han. Prince Yu is stunned. Why are these old masters out of seclusion? The emperor is both surprised and delighted to see them. And Lord Zhang didn't come alone. He brought a distinguished guest, Lord Yuan Hao from the Dusk Flame Empire's Alchemist Association, a genuine 4th-tier, Lord-class refiner. And that's not all. Lord Yuan Hao also brought his 2 disciples, both 3rd-tier refiners, one of whom is a direct disciple of the Sun Emperor. To top it off, he has a martial Lord-class follower with him. This lineup is absolutely stacked, an all-star team that leaves everyone present completely awestruck. Lord Yuan Hao explains he's here to issue badges. He publicly announces that after yesterday's examination, both Zhang Qingfan and Su Han have officially become 4th-tier, Lord-class refiners. This news hits like a bombshell, and everyone goes wild. Tianxue suddenly has 2 4th-tier refiners. Prince Yu's plan is in shambles. He had victory in his grasp, and now it's all gone. Meanwhile, the emperor is ecstatic. His kingdom finally has the pillars of strength it needs. Lord Qingfan emotionally recounts his journey to the emperor, how he was stuck at a bottleneck for 10 years and nearly gave up. Now, with this breakthrough, he's not only more powerful, but has also gained 50 more years of life. The emperor is moved, sharing in his joy and relief. Lord Yuan Hao points out that if these 2 masters stay in Tianxue, the kingdom will instantly become a superior country. Lord Qingfan immediately pledges his loyalty, saying he will stay forever because the person he is most grateful to, Lord Yunxiao, is here. The emperor is confused. Lord Yunxiao. Both Zhang Qingfan and Su Han declare that they only broke through because of Lord Yunxiao's guidance. Now everyone is buzzing. Since when did Tianxue have such a hidden expert? Even the big shot from the Dusk Flame Empire is asking for an introduction. As everyone speculates, the 2 new masters turn, kneel, and shout towards Li Yunxiao. Thank you for your guidance, Lord Yunxiao. Li Changfeng's jaw hits the floor. Lord Yunxiao couldn't be his useless son, right? Our boy just calmly says he only gave him a little feedback. But this reveal sends an earthquake through the crowd. End of chapter. Holy crap, that dad is such a committed actor. The performance was just, wow. All right, that's it for this recap. See you all in the next one. And we're back. The crowd is absolutely losing it after that bombshell reveal. Meanwhile, our boy's dad is still deep in his role, putting on an award-winning performance. He's yelling at his stupid grandson for making a scene, acting like he's about to disown him on the spot. The dad is genuinely panicking, thinking his son has royally screwed up, and starts begging for forgiveness on his behalf. Little does he know, the two new masters are the ones actually freaking out. Seeing Lord Yin Xiao about to leave, they rush over, pleading for him to stay. The sheer chaos and contrast are just hilarious. Our boy tries to play it cool, giving them the classic, "It was all because of your solid foundation" speech. But of course, there's always a hater in the crowd. This old dude with a red beard, Master Yuan Hao, immediately starts pointing fingers, calling him a scammer with a forged refiner's badge. Oh, he messed with the wrong crew. The head of the Tianshui Alchemist Association, Sun Zhengzong, goes ballistic. He gets right in Yuan Hao's face, threatening to cut ties if he disrespects Lord Yin Xiao. Then he drops an absolute bombshell. If not for the local restrictions, our boy would be worthy of a 5th-tier badge. You can literally hear everyone's brains short-circuiting. The accuser keeps running his mouth, talking about execution for forging a badge. But our boy, he's completely unfazed. He hits him with a simple, "Oh really?" and then lays down the ultimate challenge, a duel. The loser has to kowtow 3 times in front of everyone and return every single thing they've ever taken from the Li family. The stakes just went through the roof. The challenger is stunned silent, and our boy twists the knife with a smirk, a great 3rd-tier refiner. Scared of me? His supporters offer to put up the stake, but he waves them off, saying he'll bet something far more valuable himself. The sheer confidence is radiating off him. Everyone's thinking the same thing. Could this kid secretly be a master? When asked how the competition should start, our boy delivers the ultimate power move. No need for fuss. Just choose the subject you're best at. I'll take it on, no problem. Look at his opponent's face. The man is shook. Li Yunxiao is basically daring him, promising to make him kneel no matter what. The opponent, completely triggered, declares they'll compete by refining 3rd-tier pills. The crowd goes wild. A 2nd-tier refiner taking on a 3rd-tier pill? That's insane. Everyone knows he's just trying to bully our boy with an impossible challenge. This dude is shameless. Sun Jingzong absolutely loses it, calling the guy an embarrassment to all refiners and telling him to either pick a fair challenge or admit defeat right now. And our boy's reaction? A massive yawn. Let's start already. I'm too lazy to waste my talents on a monkey. The disrespect is just beautiful. And so the competition begins. The rules are simple. Refine any 3rd-tier pill within 2 hours. Everyone in the audience is on edge. Some are hoping he fails, some are jealous, and some are just stunned, realizing he's been hiding his true power all along. Without missing a beat, our boy announces he's refining a 7-turn Bodhi pill and asks for 3 sets of ingredients. His opponent thinks he's got this in the bag, since a 7-turn pill is the peak of 3rd-tier refinement. But then, Li Yunxiao drops another bomb. I'll do the same as him, so it'll be easier to compare. However, I'll only need 1 set of ingredients. 1 set. The entire crowd is floored. Is he joking or just suicidal? The opponent is so insulted he tries to smack our boy, who just calmly warns him, "If I were you, I wouldn't." Meanwhile, the referee, Master Yuan Hao, is fuming, convinced this kid is just courting death with his arrogance. He has no idea what's coming. The challenger brings out his secret weapon, a 3rd-tier green tripod. Look at that smug face. He totally thinks he's going to crush our boy with superior gear. "Brat, you can die happily after losing to my treasured tripod," he screams. The overconfidence is dripping. Instead of getting angry, our boy goes for the ultimate psychological attack. He starts smacking the guy's face and pulling his cheeks, all while laughing. Angry? I'm not angry. The opponent is completely losing it, trying to convince himself that this is all just a ploy to mess with his refinement. Dude, he's just straight up disrespecting you. Finally, having pushed his opponent to the brink of a mental breakdown, our boy lets go. Stop with your nonsense. If you're so good, prove your abilities. And with that, the referee announces, the refinement competition begins. As soon as the competition starts, the opponent goes all out. He throws in his precious ingredients and even summons his special flame, the Green Wolf Demonic Fire. This thing is apparently super expensive. Even the judge is shocked, saying he must have spent a fortune on it. Meanwhile, what's our boy doing? He pops open an umbrella, kicks back on a sofa, and starts eating a banana. His opponent goes absolutely berserk, demanding the judge disqualify him. But Li Yunxiao is just chilling. The time limit is 2 hours. Can I relax and eat some fruit to replenish my energy? The level of trolling is god tier. While our boy is snacking, his opponent is in the zone. His technique is flawless. The energy is condensing, and it looks like he's on the verge of success. 1 turn, 2 turns, the pill's quality is steadily rising. 6 turns, 7 turns. He did it. The opponent successfully refines a 7-turn Bodhi pill. the absolute peak for a third-tier pill. He's ecstatic, surprised by his own smooth performance. And right at that moment, our boy finally opens his eyes, looking like he's ready to play. But just as the opponent thinks victory is his pill's energy goes haywire, about to explode. Turns out, our boy was messing with him the entire time, using his soul power to discreetly sabotage the process. The judge is confused, thinking it's impossible to pull tricks under his watch. He has no idea Li Yunxiao's soul power is on a completely different level. The explosion from a failed refinement is massive, sending the nearby guards flying. The officials watching are terrified, realizing just how dangerous this process is. Watching a refinement isn't just exciting, it's a life-threatening spectator sport. With his opponent back at square one and time running out, the judge urges them to hurry. It's finally time for our boy to get off the sofa. After getting a helpful kick towards the stage, his whole demeanor changes. His eyes sharpen as he declares, "I'll open your eyes. Watch closely." After a ridiculous warm-up routine, our boy is finally ready to start. The judge offers him a high-grade, third-tier purple tripod, but Li Yunxiao doesn't even glance at it. Instead, he asks to borrow 10 yuan stones, reminding the judge he's holding all his assets. The crowd is stunned again. Does this kid have something even better than a purple tripod? The judge is getting suspicious, thinking this kid is just bluffing to have an excuse when he loses. He decides to test him with a little energy probe, but our boy deflects it effortlessly. Now the judge is truly confused. What kind of tricks is he trying to play? And in the next moment, every single jaw in the arena hits the floor. Li Yunxiao uses the yuan stones to create an array, condensing energy out of thin air. The technique, it's the legendary yuan stone array condensing technique, the signature move of the Flame Emperor, Yang Di. The big shots in the crowd instantly recognize the move. The speculation is rampant. Could this youth be Lord Yang Di's personal disciple? One of his supporters can't hold back, shouting, "Just you wait and see, you toads in a well. How dare you disregard young Master Yin?" The hype is real. Seeing this, his opponent's composure completely shatters. He can't believe it. How could this kid hide his true power under the scrutiny of his fourth-tier detection skill? He finally understands this boy is on a whole other level. But it gets even crazier. Li Yunxiao doesn't even bother with a tripod. He just throws the ingredients into the air, using the heavens as his furnace and pure fire as his tool, refining the pill with his bare hands. His opponent is still trying to delude himself, thinking it's all a trick to mess with his mind. Bro, wake up. You're being utterly dominated. This divine refining method channels the power of the universe itself, summoning phantoms of a dragon and a phoenix. This isn't just refinement anymore. It's art. It's a miracle. This is the kind of epic scale we expect from the ultimate of all ages. Seeing this display, a red-haired girl in the crowd is moved to tears. She recognizes it. This fire control technique is the Flame Symphony, the signature skill of the legendary martial emperor who fell years ago, Gu Feiyang. In that instant, she knows the one backing Yin Xiao must be him. Our boy isn't just refining. He's leveling up mid-fight. His soul power breaks through to the second tier. The audience is just numb with shock at this point, wondering how much power he's been hiding. But the experts see the truth. A top-tier refiner uses their soul power with perfect precision, wasting nothing, making them far more efficient than anyone else. 3 turns, 4 turns, 5 turns. The pill's quality skyrockets, reaching the third tier. And our boy looks completely calm and composed the whole time, like it's a walk in the park. Compare that to his opponent, who is already at his limit at 5 turns. The difference in skill is just staggering. And he's not done yet. Our boy pulls out the legendary Tai Thunder Talisman, summoning the power of heavenly lightning to temper the pill. This is a 5th-tier talisman that can forcefully upgrade items, but if it creates something beyond its tier, it incurs the wrath of the heavens. He's literally playing with fire and lightning. The pill is now at 6 turns, and the heavenly lightning is getting intense. Our boy is getting zapped hard, but he's gritting his teeth and fighting through it. He's betting everything on this one final push. Unfortunately, the talisman's power runs out, and the pill explodes at the last second, a seeming failure. Seeing this, his opponent finally breathes a sigh of relief. He smugly presents his peak 8-turn Bodhi pill, declaring victory. But look at our boy's face. There's not a hint of defeat on it. The opponent brought out the hacks. How can he escape this insane situation? All right, that's it for this chapter. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Last time, our boy's refinement failed, leaving his opponent seemingly victorious. The judge, Master Yuan Hao, declares that even in defeat, Li Yunxiao's performance was glorious. After all, reaching 7 turns without a tripod and with only second-tier soul power, that's the work of a once-in-a-millennium prodigy. But there's no way our boy would just accept defeat. Just when everyone thought it was over, he starts using his own yuan qi as fuel, forcibly reigniting the refinement process. The crowd is stunned. Is he insane? If he uses up all his yuan qi, how will he condense the pill? 8 turns. He actually did it. He forced the pill to the 8th turn. The experts are speechless. This kid is an absolute monster. But the danger isn't over. Without the yuan fire, if this 8-turn pill explodes, the blast will be way more powerful than before. At this critical moment, golden flames ignite in Li Yunxiao's eyes. Even the demonic fire within his own body trembles in fear. It's the pressure from a higher-tiered flame. That's right, he's about to unleash his ultimate trump card, the true fire of the phoenix. The divine flame materializes, condensing the pill within the void itself. This is completely beyond the comprehension of everyone present. All they can do is stare in awe, feeling a tremor deep within their souls. A third-tier pill is actually causing a natural phenomenon. The sky darkens, filled with roaring thunder and lightning. Master Yuan Hao completely loses his mind, screaming, "How can a third-tier pill trigger a heavenly phenomenon?" After the lightning storm subsides, the dust settles. A pill rests quietly in Li Yunxiao's hand. He himself is a bit surprised. Could it be the power of the phoenix's true fire that caused this? The onlookers, meanwhile, look like they've just seen a ghost. Yuan Hao takes the pill, his hands trembling uncontrollably. He's never seen anything like it. The pill has patterns in 2 different colors and is literally crackling with lightning. He knows he could spend the rest of his life studying and never comprehend what he's just witnessed. Without a shred of doubt, the judge declares Lord Yunxiao the winner. His opponent immediately objects, screaming that his peak 8-turn pill couldn't possibly lose. Master Yuan Hao calmly confirms that his pill is indeed a peak 8-turn, but Lord Yunxiao's is 9 turns. It has surpassed the 3rd tier and reached the realm of a 4th-tier pill. With those words, his opponent completely breaks down. He's lost the match, his dignity, and his entire future as a refiner. In front of a million people, he now has to fulfill his end of the bet. 3 kowtows. End of chapter. Alright, that's it for this one. Huge thanks to our patrons for the support. Hope you enjoyed the chappy, and see you next time. And we're back. The bet is over, and it's time to pay up. Our boy tells the old loser to kneel, but he's dragging his feet. Li Yunxiao has no time for this nonsense, and has his subordinate give him a little help, kicking him straight to the ground. Kowtow 1 is for acting cocky in front of me. Our boy stomps down, and the guy's helmet cracks under the force. The blonde dude watching from the side is completely stunned, realizing this youth is definitely not just a 3-star martial master. Second kowtow is for taking a large portion of the Li family's wealth. But when it comes to the third, our boy stops. He spares him, saying that if he hadn't stayed with the Li family all those years, he'd already be dead. A perfect mix of punishment and mercy. What a boss move. With the trash taken care of, Li Yunxiao declares that someone who slanders their elders and makes excuses when they lose is an embarrassment to all refiners. His words totally win over Master Yuan Hao, who's now looking at our boy with pure admiration. After that incredible display, Master Yuan Hao officially grants Li Yunxiao a 3rd-tier refiner's badge, praising him as the greatest genius he's ever met. Even the blonde kid comes over to schmooze, hoping to learn from him while in Tianshui. Turns out, the blonde kid is a disciple of the Flame Emperor, Yang Di. He came to Tianshui to find a painting his master left behind. Legend says that anyone who can decipher will be granted 1 wish. Our boy hears this and has to stop himself from laughing out loud. Since when did Yang Di learn how to draw? The truth is, Yang Di didn't paint at all. It was a random doodle his master, our boy's past life, Gu Feiyang, threw at him in frustration because he was being an idiot. And somehow, that piece of trash became a legendary treasure. They all head to the Imperial Palace to see this masterpiece. Master Yuan Hao is going on and on about its profound artistic conception, calling it a divine work. Meanwhile, our boy literally does a spit take, trying his hardest not to burst out laughing. Everyone is seriously trying to decipher the poems in the painting, coming up with all these deep, tragic interpretations about willows, war, and snow-covered capitals. Only our boy knows the hilarious truth behind the profound verses. The blonde disciple sees him laughing and thinks he's insulting his master, ready to draw his sword. The others hold him back while our boy, with a mischievous grin, gives them a little hint. Look at the first word in each line of the first poem, and the last word in each line of the second poem. They read it out loud, and collective brain freeze. Young B is an idiot. Oh my god. The century-old legend of the Great Flame Emperor was all based on his master calling him a dumbass. The reveal is absolutely priceless, and the entire room just explodes. In a chapter. And that's a wrap for this recap. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the chapter, and I'll catch you on the next one. Alright folks, new chapter, new drama. After our boy completely demolished the Flame Emperor's legacy with that savage hidden poem, the whole world is buzzing. But there's no time to rest, because we're immediately thrown into an even bigger stage, the royal court of the Tianshui Kingdom. And look at that, our boy is the hottest ticket in town. All the princes are practically throwing themselves at him. The first prince promises him a royal title and marriage to the beautiful Rushue if he becomes emperor. Then the second prince tries to one-up him with an even better offer. The thirst is real, but poor Rushue is caught in the middle, and she is not having it. Look at her shutting them all down. While everyone else is busy making promises, our boy is the only one who actually asks for Rushue's opinion. And look at her, she's shook. Is he actually respecting me? The fangirling is real. But then, this clown Prince Qin Yu ruins the moment with the world's worst proposal, offering to make her a Taiping princess, which is a total insult. What a jerk. Meanwhile, our boy is just strolling down the red carpet like he owns the place. That main character energy is off the charts. Just as things are getting heated, the emperor himself makes a grand entrance. He's clearly backing Prince Qin Yu, but he has one condition for our boy. He looks Yin Xiao dead in the eye and says, "You must agree to one thing, keep Qin Yang alive." And look at Qin Yang's face. The dude is absolutely losing his mind. He can't believe what he's hearing. Our boy, being the Chad that he is, agrees to the emperor's condition without missing a beat. So, the emperor gets ready to make his official announcement, but before he can even finish his sentence, bam! A massive explosion rocks the palace, sending guards flying everywhere. Total chaos just erupted. Oh my god, look up! 3 massive green wolf battleships just appeared out of nowhere, looming over the palace. These are top-tier Imperial weapons. Prince Qin Yu's face lights up. "My trump card has arrived," he yells. Looks like this fight for the throne just escalated into a full-blown military coup. These floating battleships are insane treasures that only a 4th-tier refiner can forge. Only a select few in the entire empire own them. And the craziest part? They're all engraved with a family name, Zhou, as in, one of the 4 great families of the Dusk Flame Empire. Why are they getting involved here? As the ships come crashing down, everyone is just frozen in shock. And stepping off the ship is none other than the eldest son of the Zhou family, Zhou Yushan. Look at this guy, strolling in like he owns the place. He's so arrogant, he didn't even bring his father, claiming, "Do you really need my father for such a small problem?" The sheer audacity. He's showing off, and he knows it. Yushan bumps into a bunch of familiar faces from the Refiners Association, but he couldn't care less. He walks straight up to the platform and calls the emperor by his full name, Qin Zheng. The crowd is stunned by his disrespect. The emperor plays it cool, brushing it off as youthful ignorance. But then Yushan drops the bomb. He's here to decide who becomes the next ruler. But the emperor is having none of it. He completely ignores Yushan and announces that he has already chosen his successor, Qin Yu. The coronation will be in 3 days. The crowd erupts in cheers, and for a moment, everything seems settled. But spare a thought for poor Prince Qin Yang, who's now just a forgotten piece of the puzzle, crying out for his father. You almost feel bad for the guy. Yushan, having been publicly humiliated, is furious. He points at Qin Yu and says with a sneer, "You'll be emperor in 3 days." Qin Yu fires back, accusing him of conspiring with outsiders. Just as a fight is about to break out, our boy Yun Xiao steps in. He draws his sword and roars, "Old man, you dare oppose me? My Tianshui, my choice." The absolute power move. The protagonist energy is radiating off him. And before anyone can even blink, Yin Xiao unleashes a palm strike, so fast nobody even saw it coming. The 2 guys next to him are completely stunned. Who the hell was this dude again? He looks pro. That's right, one move is all it takes to shut everyone up. Yushan is fuming, screaming, "Who? Who said that?" Someone quickly explains he's the eldest son of the Zhou family, used to getting his way. Our boy just scoffs and goes into full roast mode. Oh, a second-generation official? No wonder he has his nose in the air. Then he delivers the final blow. Aren't you afraid of rainwater getting into your nose when it rains? The burn is absolutely legendary. That insult was the last straw. Zhou Yushan completely snaps, screaming, "How dare you make fun of me?" He orders his guard to attack, who immediately lunges at our boy yelling, You're courting death. Well, that escalated quickly. This guy has zero chill. But trying to touch our boy. Not so fast. His fiery red-headed companion jumps into action, unleashing her yang axe explosion and absolutely wrecking the enemy. The battlefield erupts in a massive boom, sending bodies flying. And now, our boy Yin Xiao draws his sword, his eyes sharp, ready to join the fray. Yin Xiao enters the scene with pure dominance, demanding you. Who are you? But from Yushan's side, a female teacher steps up, threatening him with a death sentence for opposing her. Yushan, the coward, hides behind her and challenges Yin Xiao to a one-on-one. Our boy's response is priceless. You're a 5-star martial lord, and you want to fight a 3-star martial master one-on-one? Your skin is so thick it could be used to construct city walls. Absolutely roasted. And he doesn't stop there. I'm not scared of fighting you, he says. I'm just scared your skin is so thick I won't be able to hurt you, and we'll be stuck in a stalemate. The onlookers are dying of laughter. Yushan, completely enraged and humiliated, screams, "Kill this brat." His female guard immediately unleashes a scorching yang fire attack. Things are really heating up now. The bodyguard thought this would be an easy fight, but the moment they clash, she's in for a rude awakening. She realizes Yin Xiao isn't a martial master at all. He's a full-fledged martial king. With a single blow, his power numbs her arms completely. She panics, screaming, "My arms! I can't feel my arms." Everyone is completely floored. How can a mere 1-star martial king possess this much power? But the proof is right there. Yin Xiao's attacks are like lightning, completely overwhelming his opponent. They can't even fight back. This is what the main character plot armor is all about. Punching way above his weight class, no problem. Seeing his minions getting wiped, Yushan finally brings out the big guns. An 8-star martial king, Xiao Qingwang. With a mighty roar, he unleashes his terrifying aura, summoning a massive golden flame dragon that lunges straight for our boy. The special effects, the sheer power, they're finally getting serious. Facing such a powerful enemy, our boy's allies can't just stand by. Master Yuan Hao, the head of the Refiners Association, personally leads his men to provide backup, instantly stabilizing the situation. Now the high-level fighters on both sides are evenly matched. It's anyone's game now. Yushan is pissed that Master Yuan Hao is interfering, but there's nothing he can do. Right then, our boy speaks up. He turns to Yushan and calmly says, "Didn't you want to fight me one-on-one?" Yushan thinks his chance has come and immediately agrees. But then Yin Xiao hits him with the twist. "Fine, but in 3 months. You pick the place." Ha ha. Talk about a strategic delay and psychological warfare. Our boy is playing 4D chess. What a brazen challenge. Our boy, a mere martial master, openly challenges a 5-star martial lord, even giving him 3 months to prepare. Is this confidence or arrogance? A duel for honor and life has just been set in stone. Yushan accepts the challenge and sets the location, the Dark Gold Arena in the Dusk Flame Empire. And he adds a nasty condition. If Yin Xiao loses, he'll have to kneel and beg for mercy, and his beautiful companion, Yun Shang, will become Yushan's property. The stakes just got dangerously personal. Yun Shang is about to go ballistic, but our boy stops her and says coldly, "Regardless of who wins or loses, what does Yun Shang becoming yours have to do with me?" Everyone is stunned. Yushan bursts out laughing, thinking he's found a weakness. "Stop pretending," he taunts. "The way she looks at you is full of worry. I can tell she likes you." His words completely set Yun Shang off, and she and her partner charge at him again. The fighting is so intense the stage is about to collapse. Meanwhile, Yushan is just standing there with a creepy grin, staring at the fiery Yun Shang and declaring, "I'll tame you in 3 months," before making a grand exit with his crew. But it's not over. That despicable scumbag Yushan doesn't just leave. On his way out, he kidnaps Princess Rushue. "I didn't get the beautiful woman, so I'll take this beautiful young lady to quench my thirst first," he yells. The absolute nerve. Rushue cries out for help, and it's just heartbreaking to watch. Yushan even has the audacity to say he'll make Rushue his 23rd concubine. That's it. Our boy has had enough. He explodes with rage, yelling, "You're courting death," and unleashes his Lotus Sword song. A massive wave of green sword energy surges forward. Yushan's guard is completely shocked that a mere 3-star martial master would dare to attack a martial lord. He manages to block the attack, but is clearly shaken. But our protagonist has gone full beast mode now, his eyes icy cold and filled with killing intent. One of the guards is injured by Yun Xiao's attack, spitting up blood. But instead of backing down, Yushan gets even more arrogant, using Rushue as a shield while ordering his men to keep fighting. Seeing his friends get hurt, Our boy's eyes start to glow with a terrifying light. He lets out a roar. He is absolutely furious. Zhou Yushan, if you dare to touch a single hair on Rushua, I swear I will completely erase the Zhou family from this continent. From the 100-year-old elders to the nursing infants. Whoa, that is one hell of an oath. Covered in blood, our boy looks like a demon back from the underworld. The flames of vengeance have been lit. Yushan is momentarily stunned by Yun Xiao's killing intent, but he still orders his guard to finish him off. A deadly sword strike descends from the heavens, aimed straight at our boy. His friends scream his name, watching in horror as the attack is about to land. At the very last second, Yin Xiao manages to dodge the fatal blow, but he still takes a deep gash to the chest. Clutching his wound, his eyes burn with even more ferocity as he grits out, "I'll remember this." Oh yeah, it is on now. Back at the palace, Wang Chun from the Refiners Association is having a serious dilemma. Is it really worth angering the Zhou family to save the princess of a small kingdom? But in the end, moved by our boy's determination, he decides to cash in a massive favor he's owed by the Flame Emperor himself. He makes a solemn promise to Yun Xiao. For the next 3 months, I guarantee Princess Rushue will be completely safe. Everyone is stunned by Wang Chen's promise. This was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get a favor from the Flame Emperor, something that could have easily made him a martial emperor. And he's giving it all up for our boy's request. What a true friend. Yin Xiao gives his word, and Wang Chun, being from one of the 4 great families himself, immediately sends a letter home for backup. With the Wang family involved, Rushue's safety is finally secured. With the crisis averted for now, the power transfer in the Tianshui kingdom is finally settled. Qin Yu successfully ascends the throne, and the supporters of the old crown prince are dealt with. After all the struggle, he's utterly exhausted. But outside the palace walls, the people cheer for their new king, heralding the beginning of a new era. With the new emperor on the throne, the capital city is bustling. Qin Yu sits on his dragon throne, feeling triumphant. He thanks his loyal maid for her years of service, but then he drops a bombshell, saying the person who deserves the most credit is Yin Xiao. The maid is completely shocked. It's clear that our boy holds a very special place in the new emperor's eyes. But in private, the new emperor Qin Yu is deeply wary of Yin Xiao. Our boy's power and connections are so immense that he feels threatened. He even considered getting rid of Yin Xiao, but knew it was impossible. So he asks his trusted diviner, Bai Mao, to use her powers to foresee if Yun Xiao will become a threat to his reign in the future. Divination is a forbidden art that drains life force and can even shorten one's lifespan. But this diviner, Bai Mao, is willing to do it again for the man she loves, the new emperor. With a smile, she begins the ritual, using her own blood to light the candles and activate the forbidden array, all to get a glimpse into the future. As the ritual begins, a powerful energy erupts. The result of the divination seems to be terrifying. A massive golden beam of light descends from the heavens, instantly shattering the artifact meant to reveal fate. A giant character 4 would appears in the air. What could this possibly mean? The consequences are devastating. Bai Mao is gravely injured and collapses into Qin Yu's arms. She saw an unpredictable destiny, telling him that if she had tried to see any further, she would have died. This prophecy directly points to the truth behind the fall of our boy in his past life as the martial emperor Gu Feiyang. It seems his path to redemption will be anything but easy. And that's a wrap for this chapter, folks. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the recap, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. I'll catch you on the next one. New chapter kicks off with the new Emperor Qin Yu and his advisors debating whether Li Yun Xiao possesses the so-called mandate of heaven. His teacher cuts right to the chase, saying the mandate is just a tool rulers use to control the masses. True powerhouses don't believe in fate. Meanwhile, on the other side of the palace, Qin Yu's father, the former emperor, is on his last legs. He's using stimulants just to stay conscious for a final meeting with his son. And lurking in the shadows, we see conspirators who seem terrified of our boy Yun Xiao's influence. These old foxes have all figured it out. At just 15, Li Yun Xiao is already a 3-star martial master and a 3rd-tier alchemist. That level of talent is monstrous. They know a small kingdom like Tianshui can't possibly contain him. His stage is the entire Tianwu continent. Qin Yu asks his father for advice on how to reward Yin Xiao. The old emperor tells him to give him the best he can offer. They reflect on how they missed their chance with the Flame Emperor Yangdi years ago and can't afford to make the same mistake twice. Qin Yu is genuinely moved, showing he truly wants our boy on his side. After settling all his affairs, the old emperor finally passes away. Qin Yu walks out of the palace, his expression calm but resolute. His father's death marks the end of an era, and now the weight of the entire kingdom rests solely on his shoulders. As soon as he takes the throne, Qin Yu makes good on his promises, handing out rewards left and right. Our boy, Li Yunxiao, is named the Martial City King and is gifted the most prosperous city in the kingdom, Wuyin City. This place is a major military and commercial hub. It's a huge deal, but Yunxiao just locks himself away, seemingly unimpressed by it all. Turns out, Yunxiao was in seclusion training. In just 7 days, he broke through from a 3-star to a 4-star martial master. When his friends express their worries, he just shrugs it off. The duel in 3 months? He's not even thinking about it. That Zhou family punk? He'll just beat him. And if the Zhou family causes trouble, he'll just wipe them out too. The sheer confidence is just off the charts. To boost his family's strength, Yunxiao plans to refine a batch of high-level pills. But he's missing a key ingredient, the 100-pattern hydrangea. This spiritual herb is incredibly rare, and the only hope of finding it is to travel to the holy land of alchemists, the Sea of God's Domain, where the Alchemist Association headquarters is located. And what a coincidence! In 3 days, the largest auction on the continent, the Thousand Treasures Auction, is being held right in his new city, Wuyin City. Yunxiao is stunned when he hears the news. He just became the city lord, and now this? His friends tease him for being out of the loop. But our boy knows the deal. This title is just a temporary gift. If his family isn't strong enough, the emperor can take it all back in a heartbeat. To get the herbs at the auction, Yunxiao needs a ton of primordial stones. He's been to countless Thousand Treasures auctions in his past life, so he knows they have good stuff. Plus, he plans to re-refine his sword, Black Glass. The moment he mentions refining, the master refiner next to him gets super hyped, yelling that he has to watch. The burning passion of a refiner's soul is truly something else. And the news spreads like wildfire. The second they hear our boy is about to cook, the entire Alchemist Association goes into a frenzy. Look at this old master. He's losing his mind, screaming to prepare the best refining room and telling everyone to lock the place down. The fangirling is real, even for these legendary masters. Meanwhile, inside the top-tier refining room, our boy is totally unfazed by all the commotion he's caused. He's just casually analyzing their 100 times gravity array. For him, this fancy setup is just a minor inconvenience for lower-level fighters, completely useless against the real big shots. He's already thinking leagues ahead of everyone. And now, the main event begins. Our boy isn't just refining the sword. He's completely shattering its existing foundation, erasing all the arrays and seals. The masters watching are losing their minds. He's trying to jump the weapon from 1st tier straight to 3rd tier. They're like, is that even possible? Bro, you're about to witness a miracle. With a massive surge of energy, he fuses all the ingredients into the blade. While the room is practically exploding with power, our boy just calmly clasps his hands and says, I'm done. Just like that. The masters behind him are speechless. Look at that glow. That is a masterpiece, forged in minutes. But wait, the old master senses something's off. He's like, this is amazing, but it feels incomplete. You didn't use the final soul-condensing technique. And our boy, cool as ever, replies, of course. This is just a temporary upgrade. I'm waiting for some better materials from the auction to push it to a quasi-4th tier. The dude is playing 4D chess while they're still learning the rules. Hearing this, the masters immediately offer their services like, we're 4th tier refiners, let us help. But our boy shuts them down, saying it's easier if he does it himself. Look at their sad, rainy faces. But then, he throws them a bone. I'll invite you guys to assist next time though. And boom, instant sunshine and rainbows. These guys are whipped. With the sword business settled, it's time to head to Martial Flame City. And who comes to see him off? The Emperor himself. He's toasting our boy, basically trying to butter him up. But Yunxiao isn't interested in the royal treatment. He just looks the most powerful man in the nation in the eye and says, just be a good emperor. Be absolute confidence on this guy. The emperor isn't just sending him off with well wishes. He's giving him a whole squad of elite national guardians. He introduces the new commander, Eon, a 9-star martial sect. But the real highlight? He points out Bai Mo, one of the 2 goddesses of the guardians. And look at her. She's totally blushing. Our boy's charm is working overtime without him even trying. And suddenly, our boy calls her out. He warns her that her divination skills are too weak to pry into someone like him, mentioning how her sect's 5th elder got crippled doing the same thing. Bai Mo is absolutely floored. How does he know I tried to divine him? How does he know my sect's secrets? Dude, he's not just a pretty face. He's basically a walking god who knows your browser history. The new emperor, Qin Yu, tries to smooth things over, declaring that Yunxiao will forever be Prince Wuching of their nation. The entire crowd erupts, soldiers and citizens alike cheering his name. And what does our boy do? He just turns his back on all the fame and glory and walks away. He has bigger fish to fry. And so, his grand carriage speeds towards the horizon. Heading to Marshall Flame City isn't just a new job. It's the true starting point of his new life, a new chapter in his quest to reclaim the peak. The journey has just begun.